Hi guys, can you hear me well? Sorry. Can you confirm that you can hear me well, please? I was on YouTube, but there was nobody there, so I figured out it was because there was a problem maybe with the streaming, so I moved here. Hi Ju, how are you? How are you, Ju? How was your weekend? Did you do anything special? Hi Cicero, welcome to the class. Have you been studying? Yes? Okay, very good. So guys, today we are going to talk about grammar, okay? So if you have any questions, today is the day. Yeah, I know a lot of you have been studying hard. Yeah, you have been studying the past simple, the past continuous. Yeah. Hi Clauber, how are you? So how was your weekend? Did you do anything special? I went to a course about the meditation, but it was very hard. It was from 10 in the morning until 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. It was very intense. Yeah, but it was very nice. And I met very interesting people at the course. Yeah. What about you? How was your weekend? What did you do? You can write here. Did you do anything special? No? All right, so today we're going to talk about grammar, okay? I bought this book last week. I still haven't read it, but I really like it. Even though I haven't read it, I can see it's really good. And I'm gonna use it in some classes. I'm gonna get some ideas here to share with you, okay? So who wants to be the first? I want to know what your grammar challenges are, what your grammar difficulties are. Hello, Natasha. Welcome to class. Hello, Marcio. How are you? Okay, so who wants to be the first? So tell me what part of the grammar you are studying, okay, which topic you are studying, and yeah, just ask me any questions if you have related to grammar. Can you type here? I'm not getting anything. I'm gonna check on my computer. Maybe it's just not showing. Oh, maybe it's just not showing on my phone. Let me check. Let me make a test here. Hello, Cicero. Hello, Ju. Oh, now I can see the chat. I couldn't. Ah, now I can see. Very good, very good. Okay, so who wants to be the first? Busy, Marcio. Okay, so Natasha is saying that it is hard to write long and complete texts using past simple. Okay, what do you mean and everything else? The other verb tenses? Yeah? Okay, so about past simple, Natasha, it's very important that you understand two things, okay? First, we are going to use the past simple every time we talk about events in the past, okay? But you need to mention when the event happened. How are the expressions such as yesterday, last night, 2 days ago, 2 weeks ago, last year, last month, 3 years ago, 10 years ago. All right? Okay? So it's very important that with past simple, you use expressions of time. Okay? So yesterday, last month, last night, last year. Okay? It has to be very clear when the event happened. Okay? All right? Yeah? So that's one thing you have to remember. And the second thing that you need to bear in mind is that for questions and for negative sentences, you need to use the auxiliary did. So did is the past of do. Remember that in the present, we need to use the do or does. In the past, it's easier because it's only did. It's did for everybody. For he, she, it, I, you, they, for everybody. Okay? So you only have to remember to use did. And did you are going to use in questions. For example, did you go to the cinema last night? Did you have sushi for dinner last night? What did you do on your vacation last year? Or what did you do on your vacation last month? Okay, so you're going to use did to indicate that the question is in the past. All right? And you are also going to use did in the negative forms. So if you answer, no, I didn't go to the cinema. No, I didn't have sushi last night. No, I didn't travel last year on my vacation. I stayed at home. Yeah, so if you make a negative sentence in the past, you always need to use did. Okay, in this case, it didn't. All right? Okay, and pay attention, when we use the auxiliary did, then the verb is in the present. Okay? Why? Because did already indicates past, so it's not necessary to use the past in the auxiliary and in the verb. It's not necessary. Okay? We only use did in the we only use the past in the auxiliary. All right? Okay? Did you understand, Natasha? Yes? Okay? So remember, yeah? If it is a question, use did. Yes. If it is a negative, use didn't. Yeah? Didn't and the verb in the present. Yeah? And if it is an affirmative, and how? I didn't explain affirmative. If it is affirmative, how do I do? I'm going to use the verb in the past, okay? No auxiliary, no did, okay? For example, yesterday I worked all day long. So worked is the verb in the past, yeah? Last year I traveled to Bali. Yeah, past of travel, traveled. Yeah. Mary and John got married last weekend. Yeah, past of get, got. Okay. Susan studied hard for the exam. Yeah, she studied hard for the exam. So past of study, studied. Okay. All right, so now you need to memorize. I know, nobody likes to memorize, yeah? It's very boring, yeah? But it's necessary. We need to memorize that long list of verbs, okay? Why? Because in English there are regular verbs, which are the verbs that end in ed, yeah? Like study, studied, work, worked, travel, traveled, yeah? Stay, stayed. So verbs that end in ed and verbs that we call them irregular verbs, okay? Irregular verbs are different. Each verb has a different format in the past. So we need to that's why we need to memorize. All right? Okay? Yeah? Very good, Marcio. Very good. Yeah? Israeli, welcome to the class. Yeah? Gustavo, welcome to the class. And William is welcome to the class too. Nice to see you guys here. Yeah? So, did everybody understand? Oops, how to use, sorry, it's because of my headphone. I move and then the phone moves too. Yeah? So, could everybody understand? Yeah, the past simple. Yeah. So don't forget to make your exercises, okay? In the book English Grammar in Use. It's very important that you complement the exercises from the platform with the book. Yeah. So go online and look for the book. Okay. It's called English Grammar in Use from Murphy. Yeah, look for the intermediate edition with answers, so you can check your answers in the back of the book, okay? So try to make all the exercises related to, okay, so this will be your homework, okay? I want you to make all the exercises related to past simple, okay? Take a picture after you make it, yeah? Correct it, let me know how many corrected ones you got. And then take a picture and send it to me on WhatsApp, all right? I love when students send me pictures of them studying, yeah? Very good. Okay, so Klauber said that sometimes he gets confused when he uses the present perfect and the present perfect continuous. Okay, Klauber, I understand because they are very similar. Yeah, and sometimes it's possible to use both. Yeah, both are correct. Yeah, so let's see some examples. Okay, so we can use. First of all, we need to understand that we use the present perfect to describe events that we don't know when they happened. So the past simple, we know it happened in the past. Yeah, she got married last weekend. Yeah, very clear that it is the past. Yeah, last weekend. But the present perfect, we are not sure when the activity happened. Yeah, for example, hey guys, yeah, I've gotten married. Or hey guys, I have bought a car. Yeah, so I am announcing something new. And I don't mention when. I just say, I've bought a car. Yeah, I've gotten married. But I don't say when. Was it today, yesterday, last week? I don't say when. So if you don't say when, if it's not clear when it happens, use the present perfect. Okay? Yeah? I have been busy. I have studied a lot. I have traveled lately. I have had a lot of fun. Yeah, so these are all present perfect. What's the structure of present perfect? How do you recognize the present perfect? You have the auxiliary have, okay? In this case, it's an auxiliary, okay? So have and a verb in the past participle. What is the past participle? Am I talking another language? That's not Portuguese nor English? Yeah. Okay, so when you study the column of verbs, okay, you will see there are 3 columns, yeah? One is the present, we call infinitive, yeah? So to drink, to eat, to stay, to work, to fly, yeah? So the verb is in its original form, okay? Yeah? So we call this the infinitive. Then you have a second column. The second column, the verbs are in the past, yeah? So remember what I said, they can be regular or irregular, yeah? Regular if it ends in ed, worked, studied, traveled, okay, stayed, and irregular if it's different. For example, do becomes did, yeah? Fly becomes flew. Let's see another verb. Think, yeah, think becomes thought, yeah. Drink becomes drank. So if the verb doesn't finish in ed, if it has a different termination, we call it irregular verb. Okay. So first column, infinitive verbs. Second column, verbs in the past. Third column, so there are 3 columns. The third columns are the third column are of verbs in the past participle. This is the column that we are gonna use with present perfect. Okay? So I have studied, I have traveled, I have understood, I have flown, I have thought, I have drank, I have forgiven. Okay, so verbs in the third column after the auxiliary, in this case it's like an auxiliary, have. Okay, so I have done, okay, I have studied. All right, so this is the structure of the present perfect. Okay, yeah. And when do we use the present perfect and when do we use the present perfect continuous, like Clauber asked? So if the focus is only on the activity and not the time, we are going to use the present perfect, yeah? So, yeah, I have traveled a lot, yeah? So the focus is in the activity, traveling, not when I travel, yeah? I have studied a lot, I have worked a lot, yeah? So the focus is not on the time, okay? And the present perfect progressive or present perfect continuous, the focus is exactly on the duration of the activity. So, for example, I have been studying for 2 hours. I have been working for 2 hours. I have been traveling on this plane, flying on this plane for 7 hours. I'm so tired. Yeah, 7 hours on the plane. So the focus is on the duration of the activity. Okay? So remember, if the focus is on the activity and the time is not important, yeah, use the present perfect. Okay? If the focus is on the duration of the activity, so for 1 hour, for 2 hours, for 3 hours, oh my God, I've been waiting for the bus for 20 minutes. The focus is on the duration of the activity. Then use the present perfect continuous. Okay, continuous or progressive is the same. Okay, yeah. And what is the difference between the structure? I'm gonna type here. Okay, look, structure. Yeah. So for present simple, I'm gonna type here. Okay. Oops. Not present simple, present perfect. For present perfect, yeah, the structure is have, yeah, so you're gonna say, for example, I have, oh my God, it's difficult to type when the phone is like this. Again. Present perfect. Yeah. So for the present perfect, I have worked, for example. I have worked. I have worked hard. Yeah. So the focus is on the activity. I have worked very hard. I'm tired. Yeah. And for the present perfect continuous, or progressive, yeah. Continuous or progressive. Can you see when I'm typing? Can you see? Yeah. So for present perfect progressive, we use another structure. Yeah. I have been. We need a been, okay? I have been working for just a second. I'm gonna turn for a minute. It doesn't go. I have been working for 2 hours. Okay. All right, can you understand the difference now? Yeah, so one, the focus is on the activity, okay? The other one, the focus is on the duration of the activity. Sometimes it's possible to use the present perfect or the progressive. It doesn't make a difference. For example, if I say, I have lived in Paris since 2006. Yeah, I have lived, present perfect. Yeah, or so in this way, I am focusing on the fact that I have lived. Yeah, the other one, I have been living in Paris for 6 years. So the sentence is the same, but I'm focusing on the duration. Yeah, I have been living. Yeah, so in this case, I use the present perfect progressive. So it doesn't matter. Sometimes you can use both, okay? Or, any of them, all right? Could you understand, Clauber? Yeah? Or did I confuse you more? Oh, Marcio is asking what are the difference between the books of Betty Azar. Okay, so the books of Betty Azar, in my opinion, are the best ones. They are very, very, very good. They are great. They are excellent. Yeah, but they are very thick. Yeah, so there are different editions. Yeah, there is a smaller book from Betty Azar. Yeah, Betty Azar is the name of the writer. Okay, so there is a small book which I think is the second or third edition. Okay. This one is not so complete. I like the big one, the big and thick one. I think it's the 4th edition. Yeah, the 4th or 5th edition. This one has a lot of exercises. Yeah, a lot of exercises about present perfect. A summary of all the verb tenses that I love. It's really, really nice. They also have, this book also has a great unit about passive voice. Yeah, so this book is complete. Yeah, and you have volume A, volume B, and you also have the full edition. Okay, so if you find this book, I say buy it. It's wonderful, and it's for the rest of your life. You keep this book for the rest of your life. Okay, there is only one problem with the fourth edition of this book. There is no answer key. So I don't know, maybe there is one in the internet. I don't know, I have never looked for it, but that's, in my opinion, the only disadvantage. Okay, but the English grammar used from Murphy, this one has the answer key in the back, which is very useful. Yeah, because with the answer key you can check if your progress. All right, so you can study by yourself. Okay, yeah. Ai, Reinaldo, I understand a little, no. I will make another one in Portuguese, okay? Maybe next week we can make another one, or maybe this week if we have time. Yeah, it has been a little bit hectic for me, but yeah. It could be, yeah, one in Portuguese for the new students. Oh, Clauber, he said, if I got it right, the difference is the present perfect. Continuous means something that started in the past and is still happening now. Yes, it's also true because, yeah, I've been waiting for the bus, so it's still happening. But also for the present perfect, it can mean it's still happening. You could say, or it's influencing my present. For example, I have I have worked a lot, or I have watched a lot of documentaries on television. Yeah, so I'm not saying when this activity is going on, but it could be happening right now as well. So I don't know if the correct definition for present perfect progressive, it's something that's happening right now. It is happening, yeah, but the present perfect could also indicate that it's happening, yeah. Hello, Angela. Hi, Lion. Okay. All right, Marcio, no problem. You can watch it later, okay? Hello, Carla. How are you? Okay, so tell me what part of the grammar you are studying, or if you are studying something else, let me know. So I will go one by one, okay? I will ask one by one. Ju, what part of the grammar are you studying? What was the last grammar topic that you studied? Are you there, Juliana? Type here, people. What is the last grammar topic that you studied? Cicero, what was the last grammar topic you studied? Henrique, Natasha, Lion. Lion is not studying. Lion and Henrique are not studying. I have to punish them. Israeli. Okay, so let me ask you. I'm gonna ask some questions, okay? And I want you to answer, type so I can see your answer, using the correct verb tense, all right? So let's go. Okay. Are you married? Oh, the question is, are you married? How can you answer this? What is the correct answer? I do married, I am married, or I can't married. I do married, I am married, or I can't married. What's the right answer for the question? The question is, are you married? Hello, Kathleen. Oh my God, Clauber, I saw the message you sent me about taking the exam on July 8th. You're crazy, it's too close. It's way too soon. Natasha, you are studying present simple, very good, okay. Yes, Israeli answered. Yes, and Kathleen. Yeah, I am married is the right answer. Yes. Yeah. So in that case, I asked, "Are you married?" Yeah, are you married? So I'm using the verb to be. Remember that the verb to be is a special verb. Yeah, with the verb to be, we don't need auxiliaries. The verb to be is independent. Yeah, think of the verb to be as an independent verb. Yeah. I star, yeah? So he doesn't need auxiliaries, yeah? He doesn't need do, he doesn't need does, he doesn't need did, okay? Just the verb to be, yeah? So if it is a question, we use it in front of the person. Are you married? Is she married? Yeah? Are they married? Is he married? Okay? Yeah? And if it is a negative, we just use the verb and not. We don't need auxiliary. We don't need don't. We don't need doesn't. We don't need didn't. Yeah, just the verb and the auxiliary. So I am not married. She's not married. He's not married. They are not married. All right? Okay? Yeah? And if it's affirmative? What if it is an affirmative? Simple, just use the verb, yeah? I am married, she is married, they are married, all right? Okay? So the verb to be is so easy, yeah, that sometimes the students make a mistake because they don't believe it's that simple, yeah? So they include the do, they include the does, okay? But it's not necessary, all right? Yeah? Okay. What if I ask a question with okay, what if I asked a question with the verb to be, but the answer is in the past? And now, for example, is she a doctor? And you want to answer in the past, yeah? She, a doctor 5 years ago, 7 years ago, but now she is retired. Retired means aposentada, yeah? So she, a doctor 10 years ago, 20 years ago, but now she is retired. How do I say in the past the verb to be? Yes, was. Very good, Cicero. So you're going to use the verb to be in the past form. You don't need to use did. Yeah? So Was she a doctor? Yeah. When 10 years ago, she was a doctor. Now she is retired. Yeah, she's not a doctor anymore. Okay? Yeah, that's it, Kathleen. Very good. Yeah, she was a doctor, but now she is retired. Yes, Natasha, that's it. Yeah, so remember the verb to be, you're not gonna use auxiliaries. Okay? Yeah, very important. Yeah, and the other verbs. For example, the verb to work, the verb to study, the verb to dance, to talk, to play. How do we make questions with these verbs in the present? For example, how do I ask, you work in the morning? How do I transform this in a question? I need, what do I need? Who can answer this one? Oh, you work in the morning. It's incorrect. How is the correct form? Yes, Kathleen. Do you work in the morning? Yeah, we need the auxiliary. Do you? Yeah, we need the auxiliary. Okay? Do you work in the morning? All right? Yeah? So we use do. What about her? The same sentence, but using she. Do you work in the morning? I loved it. How do I use she? Yes. Does she work in the morning? Does she work in the morning? People, don't forget that you cannot use s in the verb during the question. Okay? Think like this. The s is already included in the auxiliary. Yeah, s is already in the do that became does. Okay? Yes, does. Does she work in the morning? Does she study in the morning? Okay? Does she live near the train station? Yeah, does she go to the university by bus, by car, by plane? I don't know, no, not by plane, yeah. But you need to use does, okay? And the answer, yes, she does, or no, she doesn't, okay? Short answer, or long answer, yeah? She works in the morning. She works in the evenings, okay? So in this case, in the affirmative form, we use the s after the verb, okay? So remember that in the present simple, we use the s after the verb, yeah? Work, works, study, studies, travel, travels, stay, stays, okay? Have, has. So we use the s after the verb, yeah, in the present form when we are talking about he, she, and it. Okay? Yeah? He, she, and it. It, we are going to use for situations, yeah? For objects and for animals. Okay? Yeah? All right? Vera! Hi, Vera! How are you? I miss you. How are you? Has been a long time, Vera. Welcome to the class. Isa, I can't believe you are here. It's so nice to see you. Very nice. Okay, great. Yeah, very, some students that I haven't seen for a long time. Yeah, great. Yeah. Welcome. Okay, so could you understand or could you remember the verbs in the present, how to use them? Yeah. So if we are talking about he, she, it, use s after the verb in the affirmative. If it is a question, use does. If it is a negative, use doesn't. All right? Everybody got it? Yeah. So homework. Another homework. You're going to get your book, The English Grammar in Use, yeah? And you're going to make the exercises related to present simple, okay? And you are going to take a photo and send it to me, all right? Okay, very good. Okay. All right, so Cicero suggested that we talk about adverbs of frequency. Okay, so the name already say it, yeah? Frequency, yeah? So if I ask you, how often do you go to the gym? Yeah? Oh, I go to the gym once a week, only once. I go to the gym twice a week. I go to the gym 3 times a week. Yeah? Oh, sometimes I go to the gym. Yeah, I don't go very often. Yeah? I don't go regularly. Sometimes I go. Or I go every day. Yeah? I go to the gym every day. I'm very committed, yeah, to my health. Okay? I go to the gym every other day. So one day I go, one day I don't go. Yeah? Every other day. Or I rarely go to the gym. I don't like to exercise. I rarely go. Or I seldom go. It's the same. Yeah, it's the same as rarely. Okay? Let me see in my new book if there are others adverbs of frequency that I don't remember. I love this little book. I can't wait to read it. Page 27. Let's see. Frequently, you could use frequently. I go to the gym frequently. Yeah, they don't have more examples. Yeah, no. Okay, Cicero, did I answer your question? Kathleen, we have already talked about present perfect and present perfect progressive, okay? When we finish here, watch the beginning of the class and I explain about it, okay? All right, more questions? Williams, any question? Henrique? What about prepositions, guys? Usually the students have a problem with prepositions, yeah? So my recommendation is when you learn a verb, for example, learn it with the preposition, yeah? So you pick up a new verb or a new word that you know you can use with prepositions, go to the dictionary and take a look at which preposition you're going to use with this verb, okay? Yeah, it's easier if you memorize them together. Okay, so let me give you some examples here. Some examples of prepositions, okay? So these are common prepositions. Look, about, yeah, above, across, after, against, along, among, around, at, before, behind, below, beneath, beside, between, beyond, but, by, concerning, despite, down, during, except, for, from, in, inside, into, like, off, on, onto, out, outside, over, past, since, through, throughout, to, toward, under, underneath, until, up, upon, with, within, without. So these are all common prepositions, okay? So it's very important that you become familiar with them, okay? So best way, yeah, is to learn the prepositions together with the verb, okay? So for example, think about or think of, dream of, prevent from, comfortable with, yeah, live with or live without, yeah, I'm married to, sleep until, yeah, until 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock, okay? So try to learn the verb together with the preposition. It will be easier, much easier to remember. Okay, any other question? Let me look here. No? Henrique, do you have a question? Lion, Vera, Natasha. No? Okay, so this is the book that I bought. It's very nice. It doesn't have exercises though, okay? Only explanations, okay? All right, so there is a little list of conjunctions here that I think are very useful for the IELTS exam, okay?